Kepa could lose his place as no 2 after another error, Arsenal's glaring frailty is exposed, and forgotten star shows why he can have a future at the club. Things we learned as Gunners are beaten by Real Betis. Arsenal were comfortably beaten 3-1 by Real Betis in Dublin in their second preseason match following a string of errors in the first half. Kepa Arrizabalaga's poor display brought his place in the squad into question, before a number of changes in the second half slowed things down. The Gunners will take on Borussia Dortmund and Como in the rest of preseason before the Community Shield, and then their Premier League title defense will kick off at home to Coventry. Daily Mail Sports' ISAAN Khan was at the Aviva Stadium to run the rule over the game.
So why is everyone suddenly talking about GLP-1?
It's the hormone that helps control cravings, blood sugar, and appetite. Basically, it tells your brain you're full.
Most GLP-1 supplements out there are actually cinnamon or turmeric in a capsule,
Which don't actually support GLP-1.
Aviva GLP-1 is different. It's the first capsule with Akkermansia, a gut bacteria linked to GLP-1 release.
Plus, berberine, green tea, grapeseed, hibiscus, and prebiotics to feed the good bacteria.
Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/7 to explore the details.
The signing of Alain Meslier as Arsenal's third-choice goalkeeper took most by surprise. With the established Arrizabalaga as no 2, a potential pathway didn't seem clear for Meslier. Arsenal were beaten 3-1 by La Liga side Real Betis in their latest preseason outing in Ireland. Kepa Arrizabalaga was at fault for at least one of the goals and could lose his place as no 2. Though the reasons for the Frenchman's signing looked clear as day on the basis of this display against Real Betis. For the Spanish team's first goal on 9 minutes, Kepa aimlessly charged out, flapping at Pablo Garcia's corner kick and completely missing it. It landed to Rodrigo Riquelme at the back post, who chested the ball down and struck it home. The second goal he conceded, a stunning long-range strike from Nelson Diasa, was not an error. But the lead-up was his poor clearance eventually finding Diasa to score. The Spaniard was beaten by another impressive shot from outside the area just before halftime, Pablo Fornals making the score 3-1 after Piero Hincapie's headed goal. This match isn't an isolated example, either. Take the Carabao Cup final against Manchester City in March, where a Kepa howler paved the way to Arsenal's defeat. At the level Arsenal are at, hunting for silverware across a myriad of competitions next season, they can ill afford an error-prone no 2. Mikel Arteta has shown his ruthlessness with goalkeepers before, as seen by the Aaron Ramsdale and David Raya saga. Ramsdale eventually sold on. Selling Kepa would not be controversial and make sense if a plausible offer came in. Tommy Setford, 20, was third-choice keeper last season and could do the same job this time round. A confused Gunners defense shipped 2 goals and frailties opened up at the back. Preseason friendlies may not officially count, though certain frailties can emerge. A glaring one reared its head in Dublin, a confused defense, unsure whether to commit or stand off. For 2 of Beatty's goals, the backline's decision to drop off allowed Diasa and Fornals' shots to sail in from distance. The lack of cohesion was improved in the second period with the introduction of Gabriel. The wider gap stands, though, without William Saliba, Arsenal's defense is noticeably weaker. Piero Hincapie looked particularly lost in positioning, the left back accustomed to a different slot. It is hard to switch between the 2 positions, in fairness, with both roles rather different. Still, it reflects just why Arsenal are keen to bring in a centre-back this summer. It's an area that needs bolstering in a squad hunting for trophies across a myriad of competitions next season. There is some player in Ethan Nwaneri, which is why Arsenal haven't let him go thus far. The magic he holds in his boots is clear. He danced away, evading players to effortlessly place through balls to his teammates. The Beatties' backline retreated, Nwaneri making it clear his willingness to proceed in one direction, forward. Early on, the teenager put a tackle in and wriggled away to get his team forward. Later, there were other forays which put the opposition on alert. His tight dribbling skill at pace is hard to contain when the forward is on song. Though the context must be remembered, the 19-year-old's career having frozen somewhat. He was loaned to Marseille in January this year under Roberto De Zerbi, who raided the teenager. Though once De Zerbi was sacked the following month, with Habib Bey shunting Nwainri to the bench. He is now taking his opportunities and leaves Arteta with a conundrum for the weeks ahead. Ethan Nwainri is now taking his opportunities, and Mikel Arteta must now make a decision on his future. The battle for Arsenal's No. 9 slot is up for grabs. Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz barely played together last season because of Havertz's knee issues. Arteta's preference last season was the German as the main No. 9, with Gyökeres complementing him, before the enforced change transpired. It remains to be seen how Arteta goes about this conundrum for the next campaign. On 2 minutes, Havertz charged into the area and squared the ball to Gyökeres, who dithered, his shot saved by Alvaro Valls. The Swede ought to have done better and didn't make an impression in his display. Havertz didn't pull up trees either, but has now started consecutive matches, which is promising after his previous fitness record. Both players have a battle on their hands to seize the top spot.